Life is like a video game. By the end of this video, you're going to understand why, but you're also going to understand how you can use this to your advantage so that you don't lose. A lot of these old school adventure style games like Pokemon, like Zelda, all of these ones where you have quests that you need to complete. Even Super Mario is an example. You need to go capture Princess, whatever her name is, Daisy or something like that. Now with all of these games, when you first start, you have limited options. Super Mario, you start on the first level and that's the only level you can play. Zelda, same kind of thing. Pokemon, same kind of thing. You start with some basic Pokemon that can barely even do anything, and that's the only Pokemon that you can use, and you can't even go out on your own separate missions. You can't decide where you want to walk. You have to follow the path that the game is telling you to follow. Now in a lot of ways, this is in parallel to our life. Most of us starting out are forced, quote unquote, to follow a specific path, and in this path we don't have many options, many choices of what we can really do with our own time. For example, you need to go to primary school, or you need to go to secondary school or high school, elementary, whatever it is, wherever you are, and you have to follow this set path in order to quote unquote complete the game. Now here's the thing, just like in a game, once you complete these basic challenges, these basic levels, and you're able to advance, enhance your skills, you get to a point where now you can do anything. In GTA, for example, when you've got all of the money, you've completed all of the missions, you can do whatever you want. You can just fly around the map. You don't have to follow any type of set of rules. Same thing with Pokemon. If anyone knows about Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, that's what I used to play when I was in primary school. In that game, once you've completed everything, you can literally do whatever you want to do. Isn't that similar to how a lot of us think in terms of us wanting to be able to have total freedom of choice, total freedom of being able to go to any country we want to go to, being able to spend time doing whatever it is that we want to be able to do. Now, in order for us to get to these levels, we need to complete the first challenges. But here's the thing, in reality, for us to really have that true freedom, we have to recognize that in this game, we are either being played or we are playing. Most of us are being played. Most of us are being used for someone else's game. We're just following a path that someone else has set out for us, that we don't really actually care about ourselves. On the flip side, there are some of us who are focused on creating our own path, who are playing our own game, setting our own challenges so that we can get to these advanced levels. Just like, think about Super Mario, right? If you know about Super Mario, there's certain secret levels, secret paths that you can go down in order to get down places that no one else could ever get. And it's the same thing when it comes down to really having the freedom in our life that we want. A lot of the times, in order for us to have the most freedom, we have to follow paths that aren't necessarily as common to every single other person, that aren't necessarily what society might see as the set of rules that we're supposed to play by. So if we truly want to be at that point where we can go on any map, we've completed all of the levels already. Look, think about it. In Super Mario, if you know about the game, I don't remember which one, when I used to play on Nintendo DS, right? There was certain paths, when you take them, not only do you go down a different journey, but you are able to skip all of the other levels. You skip like 3 different worlds and you're so far ahead of everyone else. It's the same exact concept. Sometimes in order for us to truly excel, we need to diverge from the norm. We need to play by our own set of rules. So ask yourself today, am I being played or am I making my own game? Am I making my own path? Because if you're not making your own path, if you're not living a life that's true to you, guess what? You're going to remain stuck playing the same levels again and again and again, doing the same thing each and every day that you don't even want to do, but you haven't been able to get to those higher levels, so you can't do anything else. You don't have the freedom of choice. You don't have the freedom to decide whatever it is that you want to do. And this is exactly the way that I'm thinking now. I find myself thinking, how can I make sure that I'm building my own path so that I can have whatever type of freedom that I want, so that I can make whatever type of choices that I want to make? Because in reality, in our society, there's a few things we really need in order to do that. We need money, we need time, and we need location freedom. So my perspective and what I recommend for you is find a way for you to make yourself money in a way where you still have time and in a way where you're still able to be in whatever location that you want to actually be in. And on top of that, find something that you love. That's one way in which you can move towards winning this game of life. Now, another thing that's important for us to do is look after our body. Just like in a game, we need to be able to recharge, we need to be able to grow our skills. It's important that we take care of our physical health. If you are struggling to get consistent in the gym, I recommend you watch this video. With that being said, my name is Shay and I'll speak to you soon. Peace out. Bow.